What just happened in the NFL is something nobody saw coming. An absolute bombshell has just been dropped, and the Dallas Cowboys are at the center of it all. Yes, Cowboys Nation, you heard it right. The Dallas Cowboys have pulled off one of the most surprising and talked about trades in recent memory by landing none other than Tetairoa McMillan, the explosive, high-upside wide receiver who turned heads all over college football with his freakish athleticism, sharp route running, and uncanny ability to dominate against top-level competition. The NFL world is in absolute disbelief as the Cowboys, who many thought would take a conservative route this offseason, made a thunderous move that signals one thing loud and clear: they're going all in. Jerry Jones and the Cowboys front office executed what insiders are calling a stealth trade, reportedly negotiating behind the scenes for weeks without a single leak to the media, and the final announcement hit like a freight train. Tetairoa McMillan, the 6'4", 215-pound WR from Arizona, one of the most dynamic and physically gifted young receivers to enter the league in recent memory, is now officially a Dallas Cowboy, and the implications of this trade are massive, not just for the franchise, but for the entire NFC landscape. Let's talk about the sheer magnitude of this deal. McMillan, known as T-Mac by his fans and teammates, was projected to be the centerpiece of a young, up-and-coming offense wherever he landed, and now he finds himself in Dallas, one of the most high-profile, high-pressure organizations in all of professional sports. This isn't just a team move, it's a cultural moment for Cowboys fans everywhere. McMillan, a former five-star recruit and one of the most prolific receivers in the Pac-12, racked up ridiculous stats during his time with the Arizona Wildcats, showcasing his ability to take over games with big play energy and incredible consistency. We're talking about a player who posted back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, pulled off acrobatic one-handed catches, and made defenses look silly every Saturday. He's not just another receiver, this is a guy who, with the right quarterback and system, has the makings of an all-pro talent. Now, imagine him lining up opposite CeeDee Lamb. Imagine the mismatches. Imagine the deep ball threats. Imagine the stress that puts on opposing secondaries. From a scheme perspective, this move completely redefines what the Cowboys' offense will look like in 2025 and beyond. Head coach Mike McCarthy and offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer must be drooling at the possibilities, because McMillan gives them something they've been missing: a physical, vertical threat who can win in traffic, beat press coverage at the line, and stretch the field with elite speed. He's a nightmare in the red zone, thanks to his size and high-pointing ability, and he opens up the field underneath for guys like Brandon Cooks and Jake Ferguson. With Dak Prescott coming off one of the more efficient seasons of his career and fighting for a long-term extension, this move could be the key to unlocking his full potential. It gives him another big-bodied target, someone he can trust on third downs, someone who can come down with those 50-50 balls when it matters most. This trade isn't just about bringing in talent, it's about sending a message. The Cowboys aren't here to play it safe anymore. They're tired of early playoff exits. They want rings. And bringing in Tetairoa McMillan is a statement to the rest of the league: watch out, because we're building something dangerous in Dallas. Of course, a move like this doesn't come without sacrifice. Reports say that the Cowboys gave up a combination of high draft picks, likely a first and possibly a third or conditional fourth, along with a rotational defensive player, whose name hasn't officially been released yet. That's a steep price, no doubt. But when you consider what McMillan brings to the table, it might end up being a bargain. Think about it: how often do you get the chance to acquire a 21-year-old wide receiver with elite traits and untapped upside, already polished enough to make an impact from day one, but with the ceiling of a perennial Pro Bowler? This isn't just a win-now move. This is a foundational piece. And with the NFC as wide open as it's ever been, with teams like the Eagles, 49ers, and Lions all battling for supremacy, the Cowboys just positioned themselves to go toe-to-toe with anyone. McMillan gives them matchup versatility, depth, and a whole new layer of unpredictability. And let's talk mentality, because this kid isn't just physically talented. He's got the mindset you want in a franchise cornerstone. Coming out of Servite High School in California, McMillan was always that guy: hyper-competitive, driven, coachable, and mature beyond his years. He chose Arizona because he wanted to build something from the ground up, and he turned a struggling program into one of the most exciting offenses in the nation. That shows leadership, that shows confidence. And according to those close to the team, he's already reached out to teammates, asked for the playbook, and is on his way to the star for workouts. That's what you want to see. That's championship DNA. In a locker room that's full of veterans hungry for success, adding a young star with that kind of mindset only raises the standard. You can't coach that kind of drive, it's either in you or it's not. And Tetairoa has it in spades. Now, some people might question whether this is too much pressure, too soon. Let's be real, the spotlight in Dallas is unlike anywhere else in the league. Every move is scrutinized, every drop is magnified, every touchdown is celebrated like a Super Bowl. But guess what? That's exactly the kind of environment McMillan thrives in. He's always been the guy in the spotlight. He's always performed on the big stage. And if he can channel that same energy into his rookie campaign, the sky's the limit. He doesn't have to be WR1 right away. He can grow alongside Lamb, learn from veterans like Cooks, and develop chemistry with Doc without being forced to carry the entire load. That balance could be what allows him to thrive early and often. And let's not forget, this move also protects the Cowboys long term. CeeDee Lamb's contract is coming up. Brandon Cooks is getting older. Gallup hasn't lived up to expectations. McMillan is the bridge to the future, and maybe, just maybe, the guy who finally helps push this team over the edge in January. You can already feel the electricity from the fanbase. Social media is on fire. Jerseys are being ordered. Debates are raging on Twitter and Reddit. And the national media? They're in full scramble mode. How did the Cowboys pull this off without a single leak? How did they manage to convince Arizona to part ways with such a valuable piece? What does this mean for the upcoming draft? Will the Cowboys double down and take another skill player, or shift focus to defense now that the WR room is stacked? The ripple effects are just beginning, and we're going to be unpacking this move for months. But one thing's for sure, this is a new era in Dallas. One that's bold, aggressive, unapologetic, and for fans who've been waiting for the team to make a real move instead of just playing it safe and trusting the process, this is the moment you've been dreaming about. This is Jerry Jones putting his chips on the table. This is a team that believes its time is now. As the Cowboys prepare for training camp and the preseason, all eyes will be on Tetairoa McMillan. Will he live up to the hype? Will he mesh with this offense? Will he become the next great Cowboys wide receiver in a lineage that includes legends like Michael Irvin, Dez Bryant, and Drew Pearson? Only time will tell, but the potential is undeniable. And with the way things are shaping up, this could go down as one of the most impactful trades in franchise history. Cowboys Nation, buckle up, because the 2025 season just got a whole lot more interesting. And to every NFC contender out there, consider this your warning: America's team just got faster, younger, and hungrier. And they're coming for that Lombardi.